Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Welcome to Wisecast episode 13.
Yo, we made it to 13.
We made it.
The unlucky number, which is fitting that we did not have luck last night.
Yeah,
when
we didn't.
Recording.
We have to re-record because I am dumb and accidentally recorded both channels as stereo. And
because we're such in close proximity of our microphones, there was a crazy amount of echo happening in everyone's microphone channel.
Yeah.
We tried a bunch of different things. None of it worked. But hey, we're here.
We are here.
Back.
And if you're wondering, Aaron, you sound better than normal. It's not because I was sick and got better. It's because I got a new microphone and I am really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's nice. So now we're rocking both rocking the blue version of the blue snowballs.
Yes.
We don't have blue balls. We have blue snowballs.
Blue snowballs.
Yes. Anyways, so that's why it sounds better. So we're not only do we have better audio quality, we're trying to have better quality overall.
Yeah, it's true. Speaking of better quality overall, we are sort of changing a little bit about our lineup, and not sort of, we definitely are. We start with some podcast banter every week and kind of just talk about nothing for a few minutes. And then if there's feedback or anything, we usually go to that. And then we ask Google to tell a joke. And then we go into Around the Web. That all is staying the same. But instead of asking each other what we're playing or what we're watching, we're each going to take about 5 to 10 minutes to do a little monologue or something about things that interest us that week.
Yeah, so it'll be the Aaron highlights or the Jacob highlights of the week. And during that section, it could be anything. You know, for like this week, I'm talking about a show I'm watching, a game I'm playing, something I'm very passionate about, excited about for this week, and then also 2 articles I want to mention. And so it's going to look a little different each week. Mm-hmm. This way it gives a little more personality. Like, you'll be able to tell like exactly what we are talking about, what we want to mention each section. So I'm really excited about this new format. I think it'll be a little bit better streamlined.
Yeah.
And overall, just nice.
Won't be as awkward in between transitions. And also,
or it might be even more awkward.
It might be even more awkward.
We'll
Who knows?
see. Maybe 3 episodes from now, we're like, this is really filling the word with a 4-letter word.
Yeah, this
and
is
I
poop.
guess that's 5 letters.
Poop is 3.
I was
4.
thinking of the one that starts with an S and ends in a Y. That's 5.
Yeah.
It's one of those rare times where it's a 5-letter word, not a 4-letter word.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
we still have 20 questions as well. We might change
I gotta find a movie.
We might change the category soon.
Yeah.
It might not always be movie 20 questions.
Movies we're kind of getting hard to find movies.
Yeah.
Although I think this next one I'm gonna.
Although there's a crap ton of movies, we just haven't seen them all. So
yeah, I think
that's kind of where we go wrong.
Ooh, I don't know if you've seen this movie.
You can trust me. I know movies.
I'm gonna trust you.
All right, so let's go on into the Google joke.
Yeah, let's see what Google has. I know last time we heard a lot of repeats, so
yeah, hopefully that's not the case.
Tell me a joke.
Sure, here's one of my favorites. What's a computer's least favorite food? Spam.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Spam sucks. So that was a pretty quality joke. Thanks, Google, for making it a little more relevant and not giving me another of the same joke. I think it's because the earlier this week, I sat down with a group of students and I just asked Google to tell me jokes, and I heard a lot of different jokes. So I think I went enough through the rotation to where it's like not going to give me the same jokes anymore.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case.
Maybe that's just how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So let's hop into Around the Web.
Yeah, we're moving on in to everyone's favorite section where we're going to speak in Morse code and see if you know what we are saying. So what he just said in Morse code was talking about Nintendo.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if y'all picked up on that. But anyways, Nintendo plans to launch 2 new Switch models this year.
Yep.
Big news coming from Nintendo, all the way from Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got this Nintendo fresh earlier this news fresh earlier this week.
Although it's been rumored for probably about 6 or 7 months now.
Oh, maybe even longer than that. But The rumor is that they are going to launch 2 new Switches this year. A smaller model that would be more of an entry level, and then
it kind of resembles the 2DS.
Yes,
from what we've been told and such, what we've been reading.
And then also almost like a Pro model, or
I expected there to be probably a little more better specs.
Maybe bigger Joy-Cons.
Maybe, I don't know. I kind of like the Joy-Con size now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what to expect from that.
But it's something that we've expected for a while, but it's also something that is kind of sad as day one adopter of the Switch.
And year one adopter of the Switch. Got it about halfway through the year.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, but at the same time, I just didn't want to believe it. I wanted to believe that they would release a dock to make it more powerful on the TV before they would do this, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I don't think that's still something that they're not going to do.
Yeah.
I still think that there's a possibility to see a better dock. I think it'd be interesting to see if there is a powerful Switch coming out.
Yeah.
Giving a dock that allows the year one or Model 1 Switches to be more powerful and to be up to that same par with maybe an $80 dock, $90 dock. And it allows you to have a better CPU on it. I think there's possibilities there. Hopefully Nintendo's thinking that way. I'm not really sure what they are thinking because I'm not Nintendo. But it's very interesting to see what's going to come out of it. We'll give you more information as we know about that. We should be hearing more information relatively soon, I think. Usually the springtime we get a lot of information about games and such. So that's exciting. Speaking of games, one of our favorite companies, Google, has announced their service. I think we mentioned last episode, Google Stadia. Well, we have a little bit more information about Google Stadia internet speed requirements. So
these were released the other day, so this is pretty new.
Yeah,
I think it was actually released yesterday. So.
It was released the 24th, so 4 days from the current recording. So I guess that was Monday.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yes, so Monday of this past week, Google released that in order to stream a game at 1080p resolution and 60 frames per second, is recommended to have approximately 25 megabytes per second.
Which is crazy because that is the standard across most of America. If you have internet at your house and you are in a decent area that's not in the middle of the country, you very likely have at least 25 megabytes per second.
Yeah, and if you don't, I'd be very, very shocked.
Yes.
The thing that's actually more shocking to me,
it's the 4K.
Yeah, to run 4K 60 frames per second, you only need the recommended 30.
Yes.
Which is insane to think that only 5 megabytes more per second is going to give you that much more resolution.
And I think the craziest part about the article, and you brought this up when we were talking about it yesterday during our original recording, is that that's the recommended, but apparently you can run it a lot if you have a lot slower connection than that. Which blows my mind. So, even if you're on satellite internet, for example, you could, in theory, still run this 1080p 60 frames.
Yeah, and then something that I think is really cool with the machine learning they have with this and the algorithms they have in place. The article says players will get a lower resolution if they have less bandwidth, and Stadia will only offer up the appropriate resolution for the bandwidth players have.
That is cool.
So that is really cool. It's we're going to see very little lag. So the machine, the software is going to be able to read, you have 20 megabytes down. I'm only going to give you 20 worth of output.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. I think that was one of my biggest concerns, that it was just going to be hey, here's 1080p. Oh, you can't run 1080p? Well, it's going to lag. Sorry.
I wonder if there's going to be a way, because you know how on YouTube, even though if it loads, say you open a video and for whatever reason you're on 720p and you check, and you want to move it up, do you think there will be a way to do that, to move it up or down on your stream, or do you think it'll just have to be algorithm based and
I want to say that it's going to be purely algorithm based, and it kind of will show that how well the machine learning is.
Yeah.
For example, in your current household setup,
not great.
You've got several people who play video games, and so I don't know if that system would be good. If you were doing that, you were trying to push it to 1080p, but you were only being able to get 720 with your speeds, it would kind of neglect the reason of having the push. So I think they would just have it where it's the machine learning only and only push out what you're capable of.
And I mean, unless I was running it off my PC, like my Chromecast doesn't hardly work for casting movies and TV right now because of my internet. So I would have to be running it off my PC. But yeah, that's just kind of cool that it's so accessible for so many people. I'm fully expecting that this service will be monetarily accessible too.
I'm excited to find out more about that in the summer.
Yes.
I'm thinking late summer we'll probably know more about that. They didn't really give us a day or a date, but I imagine probably...
What if they talked about it at Google I.O.?
Google I.O., when's that?
End of May?
Yeah, so that should... Ooh, I don't know. They might.
Yeah, they might.
Google sometimes surprises us, and we'll talk about things randomly. Anyways, it's interesting to see what's going to come out of that. I'm really excited for it. It's really going to revolutionize the video gaming world. But speaking of revolutionizing video games, we see some more heartbreak in the video game world. We have another developer releasing that they have laid off some employees, and 350 employees to be exact. And so EA is laying off 350 employees
across the Russia and Japan markets.
Yeah, ramping down operations in Japan and Russia.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of sad to see that EA has confirmed that it's laying off 350 of its 9,000 employees globally.
That's sad.
Specifically in that area. And it's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
As a teenager, my dad was sort of laid off a job. And so I know what it's like growing up in a household with one income. It's not the best, not the most fun. You get to miss out on a lot of things because your family just doesn't have the money to pay for it. It's rough, and so I know that those families are having a tough time. Hopefully EA is at least good to them with severance.
EA I feel like would be good enough to them.
Yeah.
And it's still tough, but I'm actually going to talk about it a little bit more later about maybe a possibility for them to still be able to develop somewhere.
Yeah, and
so I'll talk about that more in my highlights in the episode.
I don't think it's too difficult to find a job as a video game creator.
No, especially with the way Stadia is set up.
Yep.
Like maybe they can just do their own independent thing.
Yeah, a lot of ex developers end up creating their own indie studios. So it'd be cool to see what kind of cool new possibilities come from this now that they're out of the iron grip of EA.
Yeah, which really I only like EA for FIFA and
Apex.
Yeah, I guess. The game that we said we weren't going to mention.
Yep.
Was mentioned. Anyways, that's all we're going to mention of that game. It's the Unspoken game. Moving on right along. One of our favorite shows. I say my favorite shows. I like the person who hosts the show, not necessarily the show. I don't get to watch it as much as I would like. But NBC shot an entire episode of The Tonight Show with a Galaxy S10 Plus.
Yeah, that is insane because we always hear stories about the new iPhone shooting the commercial for it, or the new Pixel shooting the commercial.
Yeah, so Google and Apple are really big on that.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to see that. But it's completely different to see an entire episode of a TV show.
And granted, it's not as intensive as like a sitcom or dramedy or whatever, like a scripted to the TV show. This is a talk show.
So it's a little more standstill shot, but it is still incredible marketing to see them do this. And it's really kind of exciting.
Yeah, I think the previous biggest recording, I want to say that there was some music video shot on a Pixel 2.
There was. I can't remember which music video it was, but I remember... I want to say it was like Death Cab for Cutie or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Death Cab for Cutie, they're always doing weird things with that.
So,
but it really shows where cameras are in phones.
Yes.
So for my job, as you know, and the viewers or listeners, you might not know this, but I shoot and record and edit a video that comes out weekly. It's usually comedy. Sometimes it's just a bunch of random videos. And so I actually had access to a pretty nice camera the church has. shoots in 4K. I actually had stopped about halfway through the school year. I just completely stopped using the church's camera because my phone does the exact same thing, if not better, than this camera does.
Yeah.
And at the time, this camera was like top of the line camera.
Yeah.
And when I went to go return it, the pastor was like, "Oh, why are you returning it?" I was like, "Well, I don't really need it. I have my phone." And he kind of agreed too. Like a lot of his video projects he's been working on, he kind of substituted out the church's camera for his phone. One, you're able to just film and then drop it instantly. So he has iPhone, so he can just AirDrop it to his Mac. Or I have a Pixel. I can just put it automatically saves on Google Photos. I go to my computer, I can download right away.
Yeah.
So technology like this is amazing.
I'm
really
excited to be on that level because, as I told you yesterday, I ordered a Note 9.
Yes, you did.
I actually got a really good deal on it. We can talk about that later. But it's coming in later this week. I'm excited to be able to shoot quality video and pictures.
Your Snapchats are going to get a lot better. Your Snapchats right now suck.
Yeah, they do. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your fault. It's your camera's fault.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of your fault.
I lost the glass protector for my camera, so everything's kind of been fuzzy.
I mean, even before then, it was fuzzy.
Well, whatever. What do we got next, Jacob?
I don't know. My computer just froze.
I'm going to go on to talk about Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can talk about that.
So, kind of a harsh transition into the sports world, but Rob Gronkowski, the great tight end for the New England Patriots, has retired.
Man, that's sad.
It's one of those things where I hate to see him go, but at the same time, I really don't, because he was such a jerk. No, he's not a jerk. That's the harsh term. He's just like tough to play against, and I've never played against him in football, but just like a lot of my favorite teams had to go up against. I say my favorite teams, like whenever the Packers would play, I think he would just absolutely shred the Packers defense. And since I'm a fan of the NFL, I liked watching games, even though my team wasn't playing, and I would always root against the Patriots. And it's just Gronk is too good. He and Brady were a dynamic duo, probably one of the greatest duos in history. So a lot of people are saying that he's an instant Hall of Famer, and that's probably true. But at the same time, for another recent retiree, which I'll talk about in my my block, I'm kind of sad about it. So Gronk, one of the all-time greats. Congrats on a great career, and good luck with whatever you're going on to next.
Yeah, it's nice to see players staying in the sports realm. So maybe we'll see him doing some kind of commentary, some kind of analytic stuff. I don't know.
I would love for him to be the Monday night guy.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Moving on in, this actually transitions well into, well, I guess kind of another sad story. AAF.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so AAF is not doing too hot right now. In case y'all do not remember what AAF is, it's the American Alliance of Football, or Alliance of American Football, that's right. But they're kind of having some issues with the NFL Player Association. The Player Association putting some tight limitations on who they're allowed to use. So the AAF is supposed to be a league that's kind of like a developmental league. Players that don't get a whole lot of playing time in the NFL can come play here in the AAF and then transition into a better role at the NFL level.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is the Players League is putting a lot of limitations on who they're allowed to play, and it's making it where there's not a whole lot of options for players, and it's making it where the AAF might be closing after the season.
That is sad, because
there's a lot of money in AFF. The NHL Carolina Hurricanes owner has invested $250 million last month.
That he's not going to get a return on,
and that's not enough money to keep it alive.
And it's sad because we really, by we I mean the AAF, really wanted this to be a feeder league into the NFL. And the NFL is kind of being non-compliant with some of their rules that they have in place for example, fourth-string guys that never get to see playing time but are there just in case of an injury to the first three strings of players. Apparently the AAF has access to all of the NFL's practice squads unless they see game time by game time they dress out.
Yeah. And so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of limitations. So I'm hoping they're able to kind of figure that out and negotiate something there. We've seen the article. The majority share owner of the AAF says that he has to have a decision within the next couple of days.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely we'll be on the lookout for that. We'll give you more information next week for sure.
Yeah, and if you listen to any sports-ish podcast, you probably heard them hate on Commissioner Roger Goodell.
Yeah. I don't like football that much, and I hate him.
I'm not a fan of him. He kind of has drugged this league into the ground a little bit.
It really has.
And I think that any other commissioner would happily comply with AAF.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll see where it goes from here.
Also, listeners, if you hear some mower in the background, I'm sorry, my neighbors happen to be mowing. They just turned it off, but you probably have been hearing it.
Yeah, earlier there was a leaf blower going, so that's not. We don't have a lawnmower sitting next to us. It's just outside.
Yeah.
I think we're moving on to your highlights of the week.
Okay, cool.
Which is perfect time for me to go check in on some baseball stuff.
Yeah, so I have a few highlights, I think 4. And as I was talking about earlier with Rob Gronkowski, he's retiring. One of my favorite players of all time is also retiring, Jordy Nelson. He's best known as a wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers.
Pakers. Green Bay Pakers.
He and Aaron Rodgers were another all-time great duo. If you just heard a cough, that was my roommate.
Hello, Nathan.
Anyways,
you're welcome. You just got a free shout-out on Wisecast.
He's retiring. Not Nathan, but Jordy Nelson. And it's sad because I really wanted him to come back and retire as a Packer, but he decided to retire straight from Oakland after getting cut. And I think he still had a couple more good years in him, but I mean the Packers are they're doing a lot of crazy things right now in the locker room. They're sending players off that probably, in my mind, I thought we should have kept. They're making additions. They just got a new coach, so it's a new regime. But yeah, Jordy Nelson, great receiver, all around good guy. Definitely will be missed among the Packers nation.
Yes, for sure.
But something that I've been watching recently is Twilight Zone. If you don't know what Twilight Zone is, get out of the rock that you're living in.
For real.
Twilight Zone is one of the great all-time sci-fi / fantasy horror TV shows. Started back in the 50s, created by Rod Serling, one of the great writers of sci-fi. He is incredible, and he hosts the TV show and just has that classic narration voice. I've been watching it, and come to find out, I've actually been reading about it too, and it was one of the foremost leaders on TV for social commentary.
Really?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, you see a lot of.
Did not know that. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, you do. You see a lot of hot topics addressed on the show, and late 50s, early 60s. Of course, they're gonna address civil rights, and it was addressed on the show a number of times. I think that it's so cool that it was at the forefront of that because when you think of TV shows or movies with a political thing to say, you don't necessarily think sci-fi. And yeah, so I've been watching a lot of that, and it still scares the pants off of me sometimes.
Really?
It's just kind of creepy.
I've actually never seen an episode.
It's good. I enjoy it.
I might have to get into it one day.
Yeah, it really holds up. The camera work is great. Some of the effects, are a little cheesy, but I mean, what do you expect that from that time era? But yeah, Twilight Zone, check it out on Netflix. It's really good and sometimes genuinely creepy. So one of my favorite franchises of all time actually just released a teaser for its new game coming out.
Whoa.
That is Borderlands 3.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. They did.
They released a teaser yesterday, and
I don't know why I was so shocked. Like I already knew.
Yeah,
that. I was actually really perplexed. I was like, man, what is it? But like, you already told me this yesterday.
Yeah,
interesting.
I got to watch the teaser. Apparently, they're having a showcase that might even be happening right now at PAX East. Don't know exactly what they're talking about, but
that's right. I remember one of our friends talking about it, but he gave up YouTube for Lent, so he is watching on Twitch.
Cheater.
It's it's not owned by YouTube. So
that's true, but
it's not cheating.
I'm really excited about the possibility of Borderlands 3. I can't wait to play it. One of my favorite franchises of all time. But I don't know anything about it right now besides the fact that it exists. So I'm going to move on to my next topic that I have, and that is Nintendo Labo. And you might be like, Aaron, why are you talking about that cardboard?
Yeah. He loves cardboard.
I love cardboard.
He lives in a cardboard
box. I
love
love paper cuts, everything to do with cardboard.
He hates the environment. IPA, come find him.
Yeah, find me, IPA. Come at me. But for real, the first generation of Labo was obviously marketed towards children.
Yes, very much.
And it did not excite me at all, but this kind of does. This is a create your own VR helmet.
Interesting.
Which is a lot like the Google Cardboard from back in the day, but
R.I.P. Google Cardboard.
R.I.P.
Wait, can you actually? Is it still active?
Yeah, it still is. I have one right here.
I'm talking about can I go and get one still for free?
I don't know, but I mean, if not, they're like $5. Like, yeah, I got this.
I'm not looking for it. I never jumped on.
There's some great VR.
In case you
YouTube
didn't
videos.
know, he is currently holding a Google Cardboard in his hand, and he was giving me the play-by-play instructions of it.
Yes, you can definitely go on YouTube and watch a bunch of VR things. There's always roller coasters and trying to think there's a space one. I don't know how they did that because unless they got astronauts to film up there, but that's beside the point. I think VR with Switch is perfect because it comes with you already have the Joy-Cons. You don't need to buy anything else, and I think that is the perfect platform for VR. I don't know how well it's gonna, or how good it's gonna look. I don't know, because I heard that it has to be at a certain resolution for your eyes not to make you sick. And I know that the Switch screen only runs at 720p, so I don't know what that's gonna be like. But I'm interested to see how they do it and what it's gonna be like. I think it'd be really cool to have a Zelda VR experience, where you're Link and you're shooting arrows or something. I don't know. Or you have the Master Shield and sword. That'd be really cool to do. Maybe a Hyrule Warriors VR experience.
That'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I would be into that for sure.
Yeah, I'd be on that train real quick. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Nintendo does with it. It could be something where Nintendo is just throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks. But yeah,
that sounds also like Nintendo.
Yeah, it does. So that's really all I have for today. Jacob, what do you have on the docket for us?
Number one, starting off today only. Baseball's back, baby.
Baseball is back.
It's opening day. I'm actually watching a game right now. I'm going to pull up my other documents so I don't get distracted. I'm just watching Bryce Harper walk out of the tunnel and people giving him high fives, which people should not be giving that man high fives.
Yeah, go DC, right?
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, so I'm in a baseball fantasy league. First time I've ever done it. It's going to make me really into baseball this year, so I might talk a lot about baseball. I'm actually sucking in it right now. I only have 4 people playing. Anyways, I won't talk about it anymore. I've actually been playing a game, though.
Yeah?
That's not fantasy baseball.
What?
I've been playing Golf Story, the game that you know, and our friend Aaron Hargrove also recommended towards me. And so it's on the Switch. It's an 8-bit type game, kind of similar to you move around, similar to how you would move in the original Pokemon games with that kind of feel. But the difference is you're playing golf.
What?
I'm very, very, very new to it. I've only completed the first world, and I was talking to my friend Aaron last night about it, and he said that the game's massive and it takes forever. And that he said he's not even halfway done with it, and he's been playing for a long time. So I'm excited that it'll be a nice game I can play for a while. But it's something new and something fun, and I love new. And I've really been into it. I've also been into golfing, as I mentioned in the last episode. So this is kind of a nice best of both worlds. When I can't go out and play golf, I'll pull up the Switch, And it's fun. But I've also been watching a TV show, The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann. I don't know if you know about this. In 2007, I'm about to sneeze, I think. So if I sneeze, I'm sorry. But I'm just going to keep going. We don't need to worry about editing that out. That's funny. Anyways.
I was going to edit if you sneezed.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann. So in 2007, his family took a trip to Portugal, and their 4-year-old daughter was quote-unquote abducted. She still hasn't been found.
Jeez.
So this documentary is kind of like shedding light on the story because it was a big
Should be like
news.
16 now.
Yeah, it's a big news in Europe at the time, and it made its way over to America for a while. On the
Was
news.
the family from like England or something?
They were.
Okay.
They were both doctors. So like, there's some rumors saying that like the parents got rid of her somehow. There's some rumors that there was a pedophile living close by. There's rumors that the family paid for the pedophile to like abduct her and do stuff. But like the reason that is like apparently they were seeing like photographs like getting dinner with that pedophile a couple months like after the fact.
Jeez.
I'm not finished with the documentary yet. I'm only a couple episodes in, but it's really well. I'm really into mystery series, documentary series.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I think anyone that is into kind of mystery or just wants to know more about it, I think you should check it out. I highly recommend it. It's done by Netflix. It's a Netflix original. So obviously the quality is very high. The narration is very high. High quality. And it's great.
I'll definitely check it out. I love that kind of stuff. I was super into Making a Murderer, actually both seasons. And I love Netflix.
Yeah.
So I definitely will want to check it out.
Definitely. I think you would enjoy it, even if nothing else for a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that she's missing, and hopefully
she's alive.
Hopefully, getting some of this attention, someone will be able to speak up. There's a lot of different rumors where she is, but hopefully they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of mystery series, that brings me to an article I stumbled on. Remember that website?
Yeah. R.I.P.
That was a weird website. Anyway, Spotify purchased a third podcasting company.
What?
Yes, they acquired a podcast company called Cardcast. And they especially was hosting podcasting for like mystery dramas like that. So now that makes Spotify up there leading the realm in that mystery murder area. They already have a lot that are posted on Spotify, but now having Cardcast, they own a lot, and it's really interesting to see them pour so much money into podcasting. And I think the funny thing to it is people said that Apple is at the forefront of podcasting. Mm-hmm. A friend who has a podcast, and I asked him why he only advertised that he's on Apple, because I don't own Apple products. I'm not going to be able to listen to this podcast. And he's like, oh, well, that's the one that most people listen to, which I find funny because
it's our least popular.
It's our least popular, which might be because I don't know why. There's probably reasons, but also the fact that Spotify owns the majority of the market now with this. And it's interesting to see that Spotify is investing so much money. I think earlier in the episodes I mentioned something about Spotify investing so much money into podcast futures. It's really cool to see, and it'll be really interesting to see what goes from here. I think Spotify really sees the benefit of podcasting as a culture and as a way to be entertained.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate what they're doing. One thing I wish that it would be able for podcast creators to be able to get more information about the podcasts being listened on Spotify. That's my only complaint with Spotify with podcasting, but I really enjoy seeing them explore more in podcasting. It's really cool. Speaking of cool things, PUBG. Players Unknown Battleground. I haven't said that full name in a while. I normally just call it PUBG.
I always call it PUBG.
Anyways, as y'all may have remember a couple episodes ago, I mentioned I started playing it again. Mm-hmm. Well, I even started playing it even more. I started playing on my PC.
Whoa, what?
I know. The way it was originally intended. The way God made it.
God created it.
Yes. Well, the developer of PUBG has taken a step away from PUBG Corp. And not in a bad way. So don't get too sad out there. He realized that he's been spending the last year and a half, 2 years at this like very high CEO level, managing all of it, making sure developers are pushing things out, making sure updates are coming out, making sure that things were moving. Well, he is now taking a step back. He has moved to Europe, and he is creating a team, creating a studio to develop a new game. We don't really know yet what the new game's going to be. He's given the freedom to really just do whatever he wants to do. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a PUBG 2, so I don't think it's necessarily going to be another Battle Royale game. But we'll definitely see a new game coming out from the PUBG Corporation sometime in the next probably year and a half, 2 years. And so that's really exciting. They did a really good job with PUBG. They're the ones that kind of took Battle Royale and made it what it is. There was Battle Royale games before PUBG, but PUBG kind of was the thing that would allow, like, kind of pushed things for like Fortnite to come out and Apex to come out. And even other games like Call of Duty and Battlefield introduce Battle Royale. So, like, without PUBG, we would not see this this trend in video games right now.
We really wouldn't.
So it's interesting to see what PUBG is going to do, what new thing they're going to be able to do. They're currently building a group of developers. And so I'm really excited to see what we're going to be able to do, or like what we're going to see out of that. So that's where I was like talking earlier about EA, and I was hoping like maybe we'll see some of those developers like find jobs somewhere.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I hope that the guy that created PUBG could innovate on some other new genre. I want to see the next big thing, because like right now the thing is Battle Royale, and before that it was just FPS, and before that it was probably MMORPG. But I want to see what the next thing is, and I am 100% here for it, whatever it is. I love this guy's work. I don't know if you know this or not, but he started out on DayZ and then worked on H1Z1, and then left H1Z1 to make PUBG, and then H1Z1 kind of hired him back, and then he went back to PUBG.
Huh.
So
I did not know
he
that.
created both H1Z1 and PUBG.
Yeah, which if you didn't know, H1Z1 is pretty much, or PUBG is pretty much a clone of H1Z1.
Yeah.
PUBG was made from a like stock video game maker where like you just like pull stock like buildings. I'm not saying that to knock PUBG.
No, yeah.
It's definitely grown a lot more since then.
It's definitely become its own thing.
And, I mean, during the time they did that because that was the quickest and easiest and cheapest way for them to produce a game.
And that's also kind of why it was so buggy in the beginning.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's really grown into a very fantastic game. There's a lot. I mean, there's still kind of a cult following, but there's still... I mean, there's like an entire MLG league around it.
Yep.
That's Major League Gaming, in case you didn't know, for the acronym. But like, there's an entire gaming community around it where people are claiming to be professionals, and I've watched some of the professionals play, and I would say, man, they're pretty good. They'll give me a run for my money for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think that just about. Wait a minute.
Nope.
Okay. I think that just about wraps it up.
Yeah, we're going into video game 20 questions right now.
Video game.
By video game, did I say video game?
You
I
did,
meant movie.
I was not ready
20
to
questions.
pick a video
But before
game.
we do that, my roommate is bringing me a package that was just delivered, and I told him that he could have 30 seconds on the podcast if he brought me the package that was delivered.
Special guest, Nathan Burdett.
Nathan Burdett, say what you want to for 30 seconds about really anything sports or nerdy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me for this fine 30 seconds. Just want to first of all say that I love the pod. Listen to everyone. Don't miss a pod. So thanks and keep it up. But yeah, today's a national holiday. It's opening day for the Braves. So
Go Braves.
Chop on, and I hope all you guys are gonna watch us kick Bryce Harper's butt.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you for talking about the Braves, even though I failed to mention them earlier. I can always count on you.
All right.
Well,
I'm guessing this week, correct?
You are, and I'm going to pick a different movie than last night. Last night I picked 21 Jump Street.
And I got it in 8 questions,
rookie
people.
mistake because he got it really quick, so it doesn't go on the record.
Yep.
Puts an asterisk next to it. Anyways, take it away. You're going to tally the questions for me. I'm just going to answer.
Was this movie released before 2010?
Yes.
Was it released before 2000?
Yes.
Was it released before 1990?
Yes.
1980?
No.
Okay. So it's an 80s movie. Was this a live-action movie?
Yes.
Do you know if this was released before 1985? I'll give him a second while he looks it up.
It was in 85. I don't know how to answer that question.
You can just say in 85.
Okay.
Is this Back to the Future?
No.
Wow.
I think that was released in 83.
That was released in 85.
I don't know.
Because it takes place in 1985.
I don't know. That's
the whole point of it. Anyways, wow, movie was released in 1985. Live action. Is this a comedy movie?
Yes.
Okay. Is this like a classic 80s movie? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Okay. Comedy movie, 85. Does this movie center around like teenagers?
No.
Okay. So older. Does this movie star Steve Martin?
Let me check on the full cast just to make sure that I'm not missing something on the first couple here. It does not appear. No, does not appear to be. No.
Okay. Does this movie have an African American lead?
No.
Does this movie center around more than one person?
Yes.
Okay. Does this movie have a female as a main character?
No.
No.
How many questions is that?
13.
13. Almost time for a riddle.
A hint? Anyways.
Or a riddle. Depending on how you look at it.
I've heard it both ways. Does this movie have... does this movie have an older person starring in it?
No.
No. Okay. So it's not teenagers, it's not old people, so it's just normal people.
Sure. I'm not counting that against
Does this movie have 3 people as the...
No.
Okay.
What'd you think it was?
Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Actually, I think that's 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
Shoot. Oh, that was 15, so...
Okay, cool. This movie, I'm looking at a picture of it, and there's... I don't know how to say this. There's 3 white actors and 1 Asian actor.
3 white actors and 1...
And I'm just looking at a random picture from the movie. But I would consider the main characters.
So the Asian guy is even a main character.
Don't get caught up on guy.
The Asian person?
Yeah. Don't get caught up on the sex, is what I'm saying.
Okay. So the Asian person is probably a female.
Not true. It's an Asian guy. You're gonna get caught up on that.
Yeah.
It's an Asian guy.
Okay.
What I mean by that is you're getting caught up on the age.
The Asian.
The age.
Oh, don't get... Okay.
You're saying Asian guy. It's not an Asian guy.
Okay. Man, Is this movie Revenge of the Nerds?
No.
Dang. Is this a National Lampoon's movie?
No.
Is this a... Dang it, who's the guy that did all of those 80s movies? Does this star Charlie Sheen?
No. I'm going to give you another hint.
Okay.
Because you're not going to get it. One of the writers is Steven Spielberg.
Oh.
I think it was too much of a hint.
That definitely was.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't... Was this movie... rated PG-13?
No.
Ooh, wow. Thought it was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, that wasn't rated PG-13.
Well, it's not that movie either.
Yeah. I have one more question.
All right.
Is this The Goonies?
It is.
20th question, baby. Woo!
Yeah, so you got caught up on asking if they were teenage, if the primary role was teenage. I would argue to say that
they were younger than that.
Yeah, they were like the older brother by far is a teenager.
Yeah,
but I would say the stars were the four younger kids. Dang, you got it last minute.
Yep.
Come give me a good old slap.
All right, here we go.
The time everyone waits for Jacob getting slapped. Ah.
All
kind
right,
of a
ladies
wimpy
and
slap.
gentlemen,
What happened to last night's slap?
We are signing off, but before we sign off, we want to mention a few places that you can find us. One of those places is Instagram. Follow us at Weisscast. Jacob, where else can they find us?
They can find us on the interweb at weisscast.com, along with Into the AM at weisscast.
IntoTheAM.com discount code.
Yeah, Into the
Weisscast.
AM discount code Weisscast. What I meant to say is you can find us on Patreon.com/Weisscast.
Amen.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, we really appreciate it. Like, we do this for y'all. We get enjoyment out of it too, but we also get enjoyment out of hearing how much y'all enjoy.
It's true.
So we really want to hear from you. If you have something you want us to talk about, or if you just want to say, "Hey, I really loved what you're doing," give us some feedback at feedback. You can email us that feedback at feedback. Ooh, dude, I'm sorry. The center fielder almost caught this ball.
Feedback at Weisscast.com.
I'm sorry. I should not be watching baseball while recording this.
But that's all we have for you today.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, but wait.
So we mentioned a couple episodes ago that we're going to have a special guest on. Not Nathan
that's so
Burdett,
true.
But our friend Jalen Gardner. Well, unfortunately, I will not be along the road I will not be here for the recording for the next 2 weeks.
It's true.
So our friend Jalen's going to step in for me. So y'all give him a lot of love next week. Make sure he feels welcomed. Give us some feedback for him.
Yep.
You know? He'll be on for the next 2 weeks. Next week I'll be at the Braves game, and the week after that I'll be doing some traveling. But I'm looking forward to being back in 3 weeks and recording some more with y'all.
Yeah. From there, we have our boy Nomax. He did a remix of The Wooded Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey. So I'm going to say, let's go and spin the track.